Greetings, my name is Anel Bayanova. I'm a sociology student at Nazarbayev University, and I dedicate my research to analyzing and addressing the domestic violence problem in Kazakhstan. Just imagine this woman, she wants to be happy and successful. However, she is suffering from domestic violence, and the situation is not changing due to the problems with current legislation and other factors. The problem is that not only her, but thousands and thousands of other women in Kazakhstan are suffering from domestic violence. For example, police receives over 100,000 reports a year, that's 300 reports a day. However, 68% of those refuse to submit statements. That's why police cannot take action to bring domestic violence into justice. That's because the domestic violence is an administrative offense, not a criminal offense in Kazakhstan. And due to the soft punitive methods, the recidive cases of domestic violence is increasing and increasing. However, we can stop it and help women by changing the policy. That's why I propose three alternatives. First is legal reforms, the second is mandatory education programs, the third is establishment of support centers. And as a best solution, I suggest to rewrite the legislation. This legal reform will consist of three components, including the best of the other two alternatives. Also, the first is criminalizing the domestic violence. Happily, a couple days ago, Senate deputies approved it. However, the final decision is after the president of Kazakhstan. Anyway, enhancing the existing laws and making stricter punitive methods will prevent domestic violence recidive cases. The second is running the educational campaign. It will raise awareness of public in order to not tolerate domestic violence anymore, and this will help women to know their rights and defend themselves. The third component is allocation of resources. This will include offering the hotline service for immediate help and the social service for providing psychological help and the financial aid for those who really need, and help with employment for women who were financially dependent on their husbands, and who and this component of law will help women to start a new life. So those policy alternatives will give women hope for a better life. In ideal case, I project those outcomes: 30% reduction in domestic violence incidents due to strict law, 40% increase in reporting rates due to raised awareness, 25% increase in recidivism, greater victim safety and independence, community cultural shift, 20% improvement in public attitudes and non-tolerance of domestic violence. How the trade-offs: increased government expenditure, possible encroachment on personal freedoms and privacy due to strict monitoring, resistance from parts of society. There can be people who think that those policy changes will destroy the traditional values and family structure. The last is increased workload on juridical system due to the increased report cases. In conclusion, comprehensive approach will integrate education support and legal measures. This approach will reduce domestic violence and increase support for survivors. Also, trade-offs are balanced by long-term societal benefits. There are recommendations to secure resources for program implementation, to enforce stricter penalties through legislative revisions, to mandate awareness programs in institutions, to increase accessibility to shelters and financial aid. So, together it's possible to build a future free from the shadows of violence. Thank you for your attention. For additional information, please contact me by email. This is a reference list.